Hi, this is Eva Brandes and welcome to my channel. If you are interested in how to teach the youngest group of musicians how to play piano, you are in the right place. I'm here to tell you and show you and also prove it to you that yes, you can teach a 2-year-old or even 19 months old how to play an instrument. And because of that, I came up with a method book that is gonna help you to take that journey. I have a great story to tell you about my life, about what I do, how I came up to this point in my life where I started to research how to, and do how to deal with little kids and how to introduce the certain, concepts in music. But also beside that, I had a long 35 years of teaching experience when I was actually showing, which those 35 years was my research time because of years of teaching little kids, and I learned that actually you can teach someone at the age 2 or 19 months, because I keep saying 19 because that was my youngest student I ever had, piano student. We're not talking about group classes, piano student, and they are actually learning. And then we'll talk about what means they're learning, how much they're learning. We want to make sure that we understand what we are talking about here. But I will share that in my other, others programs. But basically, you are in the right place. So you probably are a teacher who wants to learn how to teach the little ones, and or parent who would like to learn how to teach because they took piano lessons. You guys took piano lessons when you were younger, and you can introduce your youngest child to piano yourself. But anyways, I have developed a method book, that method series, that has been a groundbreaking tool for me to teach that young audience. And I just want to also let you know that I've been teaching. I teach from babies all the way to adults, and I'm talking adults like 88 years old, and they're fabulous. I taught all the ages you can imagine, but I got very challenged and very interested with 2-year-olds, because after we had I'm sorry, my music schools, I have opened the first one in 2010, and our students had totally different, the youngest we had maybe was 3, and then they started group classes, nothing private. But right now things have shifted. After COVID, we have students and parents who are coming and say, hey, he loves music, he wants to play, and I don't want him to go to a class where he plays little, drums and egg shakers and maracas. I want him to actually learn something. And I'm not saying those classes are not teaching anything to kids. They actually do, because we have them in our schools. And I also, that those books are included in that method. So in those classes teaching. So basically, I am trying to let you know that all music education, doesn't matter, group classes, private, it's all good for a child, because we are doing it. But we are here for students that want to learn piano at age 2. So, little story. When I was teaching those group classes, and they were babies and toddlers, I used to come to those classes with my puppy, with my Frenchie. It was breaking my heart when I saw her, at the door, and she want to go, and she's a miniature Frenchie, so she is not big. And I was like, oh my gosh, how can I leave her here for so many years, for so many hours? Let me just take her and see. Maybe I'll put her in a different room, teaching room, while I'm teaching, my baby classes. Well, soon after, the parents were saying, don't lock her in a separate room, just bring her over. we want to have her in our class. And I'm like, okay, are you sure? Like, no allergies, no nothing, yes? Yes. I mean, she was the star. Everybody wanted her to be there. The kids would stay half an hour in a different classroom to play with her while I was teaching someone else. So it was just like this really fabulous experience. And we are still doing it. It's not like I'm talking in the past time, but we are still doing it. And so here I have, oh my gosh, they love Mimi. Mimi is furry. Okay, but furry, that is plush, it's also cute and also inspiring, and they can take it home. So I'm like, why don't I come up with a plush Mimi? But of course, first was a book. First was like, okay, let me come up with a little Mimi that is in the book and teaches them all kinds of musical concepts. I still didn't know what. Okay, I had Mimi, so let me show you. This is a Mimi. She is kind of big. I don't know, I should measure her before I end the program. But you can see my hand and Mimi, you know. So for a toddler, you know, she is a good size. They can sleep with her. It's hard to lose. And then we have, I said, Mimi needs to have a brother because, you know, she's kind of gonna be lonely. So I said, well, I always wanted to have a blue Frenchie. And or gray, however you want to describe it, but in a dog world they're called blue. And I'm like, okay, I have a Dodo, here we go. So my Dodo, which now he's only, you know, Mimi is about 5 years old and he's now a year old, and I'll bring them to the program as soon as I'll get them back, because now they're with my they're with their grandparents. So anyways, the plush little Dodo, who is blue or gray, is a brother of Mimi. So I already had, you know, like 2 little characters for my books. And then I am thinking, well, because, you know, I also came up with this method called Instrument Explorers. And Instrument Explorers was the method that where I'm teaching all the instruments of the orchestra to 3 to 5 years old. That's the age group, 3 to 5. But not only showing the picture, but actually, you know, all the instruments are in the classroom. And I'm actually, this is a method book that that I published, where, you know, if you need a method book, please contact me. Everything will be delivered to you, ready to go. But basically, yes. So we have had, you know, the real instruments. But I'm thinking, well, they go home, they don't have those instruments, you know. Maybe a book or some type of material would be good for that, you know, to take home and just have fun. It's a family time. Great flashcard, because I came up, it will be a flashcard. Great flashcards is a great family activity. So here I am. Mimi and Dodo was already created, and we have Instrument Explorers with Mimi and Dodo music flashcards. So this is what I came up with. I don't know, this is, okay, if you can see it. And what we do here, you can also always detach that little circle, but we have all the instruments. We have a grand piano, and we go through all the families of the orchestra, and then we have the part for the parent, which asks which family doesn't belong to grand piano, belongs to percussion and strings, and so on, so on. So, but this is, I don't want to give away much, because I want to invite you to our next program or next chapter. And basically, we will be going through the flashcards, and I'll be discussing how we use them in a classroom. And I'm gonna also share a video with a group of students from one of our schools, where I will be videotaping, and they will be showing how they, you know, how we use them and how to learn from them. But basically, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my program, and let's go on to journey how to teach 2-year-olds piano. It was great to see you. There are quite a few links under the program that you can check out. If you cannot wait to see what is in the flashcards, please feel free to buy it. They are sold on Amazon, on Etsy, and on our websites. Each school has a store and you can purchase it from there. You can, of course, if you're in Dallas, please stop by. You can pick them up, no shipping fee. And then what else? And of course, there's more books. So we're gonna go through the whole series, just to give you a peek preview. We have a piano book for 2-year-olds. We have a workbook. We have stickers, one of my favorites. I just love the stickers with all the little instruments. Okay. And then we have music alphabet with Mimi and Dodo. So, and there's more coming up. I just can't stop coming out with great ideas for this book. And maybe Mimi and Dodo will have another friend soon. So, this is fabulous. I just love this method, and it's not because I created it. I just know how kids react to it, how they respond to it. And that's what brings me the biggest joy. So have a great day or great evening, and I will see you next time.